Hello, everyone. I'm Chestic44, also known as Fly, and welcome to this Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire. Last episode, we managed to defeat the massively powerful Guardian deep in the temple, and managed to get in and get some decent enough loot, including a nice added shield for us. It gives us some extra lower damage, which increases with metaphysics skill, which isn't something we really have. We only have 1 point, so that doesn't help us very much. And we've done things for the Principe, who I'm sure are happy about it. Okay, they still don't like us very much, but we'll see what we can do. Anyway, or maybe that's the Delver's Road Criminal. We'll figure things out eventually. Things could be better with reputation, but it is what it is. Anyway, we got a nice shield. You have a nice weapon. Armor is better. And we need to go and see if our companions have anything else. So, go to the gullet. We're going to get out of here. And we have a few places we need to stop at. And we have loot we need to sell. Let's start off by heading over to the inn so that we can swap out our people and see if we have any gear that we can give them.
Did right leaving the gullet. She went and did what she needed.
I'll miss Bier and her ilk. It's too quiet without them. May they go find fortune.
One can only hope. Alright, so, into the hole, because it's the closest location we got. We do have one other quest to turn in, and then another one that we have to do, which we'll get to in a bit. Let's see, so...
See? Boss was right. We found it.
By the cursed seas, I'll throw you down there myself if you do not hush right now.
Okay, so...
Need something? What you need? Let me know if you...
So, companions. We've got a couple here. So dismiss all of you. We'll take you, you, and you.
At your service, Watcher.
Oh! Aloth can level up. That's actually a good thing. Go for it. Improve Arcana even more. And Metaphysics sounds like a good idea to boost. And what spell are we going to give you here? I do think Combusting Wounds is a nice spell to have. Wall of Flame would be good to be able to take care of some people. Maura's Writhing Tentacles might be useful in the future. I could just give you Combusting Wounds so that you have it. Or I could give you Crackling Bolt. Or Kalakov's Minor Blights? I'll go with Wall of Flame. That seems like something that would be useful. And I'll let you learn about a regular wand. You might be able to get something useful out of it. And you also have a benefit, Idwin. I guess Mechanics is fine, and Metaphysics makes sense for you. And you're a rogue, so... I guess... So that's escape, diving out of range to a specific location. I'll go with Shadow Step. That's something. Oh, and you gain a new thing here. I guess a crossbow. Sure, why not? Now then, you've got your armor, which is going to stay what it is. A greatsword, which we do not have another greatsword. And a blunderbuss. I can give you the kitchen stove. There you go. There we go. You have the Keybreaker Scepter. I can give you a small shield, can't I? I can. You know what? That's perfectly fine. You have Aloth's leather armor, so that'll stay. You have Sharpshooter's garb, so that's gonna stay. You have an arquebus and a sword. I can give you a fine sword. I can give you the gladiator's sword. Take it. And the other one can be a fine sword. Not that you're likely going to use it, you're probably going to stay far away, and we don't have a better arquebus right now. You have a light armor Avalian frock coat. I could give you something else light. Fine leather armor increases recovery time. An exceptional robe. Ugh. I may as well. There you go. You'll look a little nicer. How's that? You'd be stabbing, wouldn't you? You've got a rapier. We don't have a rapier. We don't really have a ranged weapon for you either. Nor something, off. So, you know what? I think you have daggers. What are your weapons? Surprisingly, Mason's sword. Oh no, that's me. Sorry. You have dagger and rapier. So I can give you an exceptional dagger there. Rapier you can save up for a better one. And we don't have anything there, so that's it there.
Need something? What's the neighborhood without a place to get
Oh, wrong
first?
thing.
What
I'd
you
like
need?
to
Let me know if you...
swap our people out again. Let me take out you. Ah, Constantine, you leveled up as well, so go ahead with Sleight of Hand, and Streetwise seems like something to add. You gain an ability here, you are more in the offensives, so you can Charm. Revives allies, non-offensive. Non-offensive. Yeah, aren't you all about the offensive invocations? Yeah, the offensive ones are the ones that do more. Yeah, go with that one. Why not? It's something. And you have Mace, Battle Axe, and Poleaxe. You need something ranged, so... go with a blunderbuss, I suppose. Alright, so you, buddy, you've got light armor. And a poleaxe. Well, here, you get a brand new poleaxe. How's that? It's not exactly the best, but it is something. And I got an extra blunderbuss. I'll give you both of them. As for armor, you've got fine leather. Yeah, you can keep that. That's perfectly fine. Alright.
Need something?
Now,
What
I'm
you
going
need?
to change
Let me
out my
know if
people again. I'm going to take the same 4 for now. But I'm probably going to change them shortly. Now, as for items we're selling... Sell all of that. Sell all of that. Sell those and that. And I can sell that and that. And I don't think I'm ever going to use any drugs. I can probably sell them. Oh, corroded bronze horn figurine. I didn't even realize I had that. Yeah. You know what? I'll stick with that. There we go. Gained another load of money. Now then, we have to head out and go to another location. Also, I just realized do I need to change the stances that Laniara and Adair are using? No. I forgot to change them for the boss fight. Oops.
The gods want more for us than piracy, I say.
Aye. More than farming, more than fishing, more than shaping the water even. Freebooting be the means, lad, not the ends.
Okay. Alright. The east exit is fine. We're heading up to Serpent's Crown. We're going to head into the Kahanga Palace. Because we need to report on what we found down in the, down under the gullet. And see if we can persuade the guy to let them continue. Hello, Prince Aruahi.
Ikira, but have you pried any secrets from the gullet yet?
Yes, the Principe are smuggling cargo via the Undercroft.
Undercroft, a darker, more fetid layer of Nekataka, I say.
He cradles his chin in his palm, looking off into the distance.
Onikaza and I are the mind and heart of the city, but the bowels, these we cannot reach. What say? Did Ngati's chosen learn anything from the voyage below?
Aruahi gestures to Takehu.
My prince, I have always known those who pray for Ngati's favor, but only now do I see those who depend on it.
Ikira, I say that a feather of Amira's wisdom drifted down to find you.
Aruahi nods with approval.
At least Delver's Row is a stable target. The Crown has time to decide the next steps.
For what it's worth, I think Delver's Row should remain untouched.
What say? You hit upon my curiosity. Speak on.
The Ruparu are barely in control of their lives as it is. Don't take this away from them.
You are quick to come to their defense, but the Ruparu must recall their place in society.
Sighing, the prince weighs your words.
If the black market will expend its resources toward the Ruparu, then I say they have bought an easy truce. Delver's Row is safe, for now.
Aruahi glances toward the entrance doubtfully, but shrugs in spite of himself.
Be sure that I do not regret this.
Water Shapers were helping the pirates bring in ships.
Takehu, I say that no one wanted to hear your suspicions confirmed.
Hakara, me least of all, my prince.
When it comes to the dignity of the guild, the Crown can compromise nothing. Onikaza will see their leadership disciplined, I say.
They must have needed the money. Can you imagine why?
Ikira, I cannot.
Aruahi pinches his lower lip and sighs.
Onikaza and I both expect more from the guild, I say. She will not be pleased. Ikira, but at least you returned to me in one piece. You are not the first agent I sent to the gullet, but you are the first to return.
Aruahi grins in spite of himself and claps you on the shoulder.
I cannot say that I desire to send you to worse places than the gullet, but...
Aruahi trails off and scratches the back of his head. But you're going to anyway.
Ikira, my apologies. Does the name Ukaizo mean anything to you?
The prince's face is impassive, but he seems to be studying yours with close attention to detail. An old mosaic beneath the city depicted Ukaizo.
Ikira, then the city's bowel hides more than I credit.
Aruahi thumbs his chin and nods.
Ukaizo was the home of the Huana before cataclysm and destruction wiped the island from the Deadfire. That is the story. Story or no, I make no secret that we search for Ukaizo.
He studies you, allowing his words to sink in.
Aye, along with every other bare-masked, bilge-brained treasure hunter twixt here and Old Valia.
I've known sand crabs with a firmer grasp of a Darren, I say.
Aruahi furrows his brow at Seraphin.
Our tribes are spread across many isles, but it is Ukaizo which binds us. Ukaizo, and the knowledge that we must return. To that end, a local cartographer secured a lead. A breadcrumb to a breadcrumb, I say. I sent an expedition to Matario Kozi, one of the Sanctuary Isles. They were to retrieve evidence of our lost homeland. They have yet to return.
Sanctuary Isles.
They were sites where our ancestors grouped in terms of crisis. Constants in changing seas. You have the cartographer Atepo to thank. He wanders the Western Shrine if you would know more.
The prince makes a dismissive wave toward the door. What makes you think that Motare Okazi contains evidence of Okaizo?
The Sanctuary Isles give comfort and guidance to sailors on the long journey home. I am hoping the island can remember its purpose and return us to the home we lost.
How has the island remained hidden all this time?
A question for those with years to gather reeds and scribe their thoughts.
Aruahi smooths back his hair and sighs.
It might be that someone or something on the island does not wish to be found. In better times than these, I would have been happy to oblige.
Should I expect any resistance?
The trading companies would not have thought to look for Matario Kozi, but now they are vultures to carrion. I do not doubt that our rivals race for the same thing, all while we fall behind.
No further questions.
Ikira, then you are ready to depart?
I trust you'll relay my helpfulness to the queen?
Naturally, I say. My sister remembers her friends. I remember her enemies. To Kehu, I trust you are going? I want the tribes to know that Ngati's chosen stood among those who threw open the gates of Ukaizo.
I make no promises of dirtying my hands in some fetid jungle, but I do not protest a calm voyage.
Before you go,
Aruahi lowers his tone and glances to his left and right.
That did seem like too nice a way to end it.
the expedition, I have reason to believe they will not be returning to Nekataka.
Go on.
We found this at the palace doorstep, cut from the robe of the expedition leader.
He reaches into his pocket and draws forth a wad of red-stained bark cloth.
One mystery heaped on another, I say.
He drags his thumb over the cloth and frowns to himself. Who could have sent this?
If you learn in your travels, I hope you will tell me. The crown has grown too accustomed to warnings, I say.
Well, let me see that. I might be able to learn something from it. Nodding, he relinquishes the scrap. A fragment of essence clings to the fabric like a thread woven too tightly to be unraveled. Trees tower above you, and ropey vines stretch like tentacles across a marshy ruin. It takes all of your strength to trudge through the hip-deep water. You glance over your shoulder, but the women and men of your company aren't there. Then a shape moves off in the distance. You draw your weapon, feeling now more alone than ever. The vision departs, leaving you with a deep pit in your stomach and the phantom sensation that nothing has gone as it should have. The prince regards you expectantly. Nature is restless on this island, but I can guess nothing more.
I suspected this, as you say. Take care if you alight on Matario Kozi. My fear is that the island is sanctuary no more.
Sighing, Prince Aruahi folds the cloth with reverence.
Prepare yourself for a hard voyage northeast of Nekataka. Matario Kozi is nestled in the Kua Rokuhu Islands, in the midst of a landmass that resembles a storm, like the fall of Ukaizo locked in time.
Aruahi bites his thumbnail and turns away, lost in thought.
Certain death it is, then.
Hey, Cap, be reminding me to drop anchor at the next brothel we pass. Some things I aim to be given a try before you go getting us all good and killed.
I don't intend to get us killed. Alright, so that's a quest we'll deal with. Now, he said something about a cartographer located in the room to the west. Atepu, you're the one I need to speak to. The sun-scarred Juana glances up from the rumpled sheet of parchment in his hands and regards you with unease.
Atepu, drawer of maps. I have nothing to sell unless you are needing something else.
He clears his throat and rolls up the parchment with a quick spin of his palms. You're the cartographer who discovered Motare Okoze, correct?
What I discovered remains to be seen. The Sanctuary Isles were thought to be lost beneath the waves. If I stumbled upon one, I can think of worse finds to credit my name.
Tell me about the Sanctuary Isles.
Our ancestors marked off specific islands across Deadfire as rallying points in case a great misfortune split up the tribes. Even they could not have guessed how important the Isles would become. Some thousands of years ago, volcanoes, storms, and quakes shook the archipelago. Any one of those do happen, but never with such ferocity or all at once. The Huana survived by taking shelter on the Sanctuary Isles to save our society, and not just any one tribe.
I see.
Since those days, we have not found any of the old Sanctuary Isles. Ngati took some beneath the waves, taking whole tribes with her. Others were lost to time and forgetfulness. I am told that the Wahaki are protective toward the Isles, but that is their business.
Okay. How did you make this discovery?
I was surveying the waters around an atoll when a storm dragged my ship off course. The waters were unknown to me. When a green fleck appeared in my spyglass, I unfurled my sail. The shore twisted around itself, confusing even this old navigator until I found myself at the center. I did not make it far up the beach before I spotted signs of habitation. Marking my coordinates and orienting myself by the evening sky, I made for Neketaka to tell the crown of my findings.
Let's hope it's accurate then. You mentioned that entire tribes were lost.
Understand, the Deadfire was broken. The lives lost could not be counted. And more has been forgotten than may ever be remembered. Imagine how much history we lost in a single year, much less the millennia that followed. Whatever our people hoped for themselves, we may never know if we got it right or wrong.
And if I was venturing to this island, what might I find?
Death.
Atepu stares away, his face losing its color until he captures your expression.
I did not mean to frighten you. These islands have known great tragedy, and millennia have passed in cheerless silence. Should you land on a Sanctuary Isle, do not expect to find welcome.
As you wish.
If we must.
You must have seen much on your travels. Ever found a sign of Ukaizo? Just hearing the word causes him to perk up at attention, though his lips press together at a slant.
There is not a Huana in all of the Deadfire who does not take to the open water hoping to catch a glimpse of the lost Ukaizo. Oh, if I could walk the beaches of our ancestors, take a fleeting glimpse of what they left behind, mine would be a life well lived.
And what would you hope to find on Ukaizo?
The same thing we all hope for. Answers to the long silence that precedes our history. Who we were could tell us who we are. But if I am being selfish, maps, charts. Our ancestors were keen explorers, and a roll of their parchment could teach us more than what we have gathered in the last century.
Okay then. Alright, that's some information. Now then, there's a few places I need to look at because there are other people I need to talk to. Specifically, a few people we can buy things from. Skills specifically.
Well?
Like you. Teach me what you've learned as a member of the
you would
Shield
need to
Bearers.
become a shield bearer yourself to
Survival
really
and
learn them.
athletics for
I suppose I
3,000.
could teach you a thing
I
or
can
two as
afford
we
that.
stand here. My thanks.
He lays 2 heavy sandbags on your shoulders and runs you through a series of drills designed to increase your strength and agility while dressed in full plate mail. Confident you've learned enough to continue training on your own, he gives you a hearty clap on the shoulder and wishes you well on your journey. You have learned Granis's training, and I believe there was another person on the upper floor here who can teach me something as well. Well, on the upper floor outside in Serpent's Crown. Is it out here? Nope, it was up there, the rooftop. As that's another person I can learn from, which would be useful. Up here. Okay, up to the rooftop. There we are, and we can go down here. And here we'll be able to talk to the other person up here. You.
Back again?
Oh.
Yes. Farewell.
For me to exist in this form and to join this crew? I know she does.
It's funny. I fought against Aethys. I'm chasing him now. I don't think he knows a thing about me.
Nikera, it is for us to show the gods why we are worthy of notice.
Yeah, I guess we'll see about that.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Back
Okay,
again?
as for you,
Yes. Oh, it would be my
History
absolute
and
pleasure.
Arcana.
For a price.
Here
of
you
course.
go. 3,000.
Very well.
He puts a collection of small maps from his pack and tells you the stories of the islands as he understands them. Who has lived there and for how long, what beasts haunt their shadowed glades. Then he takes out his grimoire and shares some unusual magical knowledge he's picked up in his travels. At last, he stuffs the maps away, closes his grimoire with a snap, and bids you farewell. Gearvard's training. There we go. Perfect. So that's 2 bits of training we've learned. So we got Arcana, History, Athletics, and Survival. Well, the Survival definitely helps, as does the Athletics. History helps a little. Arcana, eh. And there is one other person we can talk to at the other temple. But I am going to change who we have with us first. And for that, I'm going to need to stop at an inn somewhere. Oh, hold on. Takehu, you want to speak? You catch Takehu glancing your way. He quickly focuses elsewhere and smooths back his hair when he notices your attention. Something on your mind?
Is there anything the Watcher does not see?
Takehu grins, but the look quickly diminishes.
We have both seen the worst of the city. How the Reparu cluster like sea rats.
Takehu's hand unconsciously strays toward his stomach.
Delver's Row will take care of them for a time. But I say the Crown will not suffer the Principe for long. How did the stone walls and paved lanes of Neketaka divide us so? You have walked the length of Neketaka's spine. How would you serve the needs of all these people at once?
Start with what you have and find a better system. Let people organize their lives as they saw fit. Collaborate on a new plan for the city. Stay out of it. Fix nothing, break nothing. I'd collaborate. I'd try on that.
You think that something in the great pattern of Neketaka does not align with the Hawana way?
Nodding, Takehu absently tugs one of his hairs. For the moment, he seems totally withdrawn. Finally, he snaps back into focus, regarding you with a smile which seems both genuine and strained.
I was hard-pressed to find insight like yours in Pariki's Overlook.
Some of the tension leaves Takehu's shoulders, and he stands a little taller than before. All right, then. Oop, that's only one of us. We need all of us. Now then. We can go to the temple. Not the temple, there is a place down here. In Pariki's Overlook. We can go there and change who we have with us. Which I'd like to. We've gone with this group for a while. Yeah, Pariki's Overlook, please. Into the Luminous Bathhouse. Then we're going to head over to the Sacred Stair, check the thing that's going on there, and then there's a quest in there I'd like to do.
My friend, you return, if you require it.
Alright, so let's mix things up a bit.
Time to meditate.
Let's try Maya and Aloth.
Permission to come aboard, Captain?
I think that'll work in my eyes. And we've still got 11. We're going to lose another 3. So, yeah, I think we're fine. Alright. Leave Pariki's Overlook. Sorry. Leave to Pariki's Overlook. And now we're going to leave Pariki's Overlook. And head to the Sacred Stair. Just head to the Sacred Stair. And there's one more person we have to talk to. Because we can buy something from him.
Did Kana ever get to meet Ishi?
Briefly. It didn't go well.
Really? Kana always seemed agreeable to me.
Oh, you weren't there for the White Flood. Ishi can purge his whole intestine at once if he's feeling ornery. Kana never wore that hat again.
Huh. I see. Alright, so the last person is Mark Vanderbeege.
Yes, what? May I help? Well then.
Teach me what you've learned. Alchemy and religion.
Ah, lovely.
He demonstrates several techniques for splinting and suturing a wound. Once he's sure you've got it, he runs you through a diagram depicting the sundry herbs indigenous to the Deadfire and their various healing applications. Finally, he goes on some length about the nature of faith and scientific inquiry. When he's certain you've learned all you can, he claps you on the shoulder and sends you away with a smile and a gentle admonishment to study more. And there's some more training. Okay. And with that, I'm just going to head up here to where I'm going to do the next quest. Which is this one which is this location up here. I believe... where is the quest? It's Aloth, the Hanging Sepulchre is way too powerful. Archimir's Manor, still too powerful. Lasongo, the Uncharted Islands, Jodi to another pillar. Pococahara, Ancient Temple. Begin the Animancy experiment. That's the one, and it is on level for us. So, we'll go upstairs, and this is what we're going to try next. But this is going to be in the next episode, because this one's gone on long enough. Next episode, we'll try this Animancy experiment and see where the hell we end up getting to. But that'll be in the next episode. So until then, I am Cheswick44, also known as Fly. That is Laniara, Adair, Joti, Maya, and Aloth. This has been a Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire, and I shall see you all next time.